Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I have a dear friend on the show. He is a former guest, or I guess a returning guest is a better way to put it. We're going to talk about failure is a lie with the one and only David Kurz. And he is a realtor, just made a big move. And by realtor, that is just such a minimizing. He's got a big whole thing that David is, freedom coach. You're going to learn all about what he is about. Thanks for coming back, David. How you doing today?
Thank you, Ted, man. Thanks for having me on the show again. Absolute pleasure to do this. Always a lot of fun with you. We just cheersed before the show, so I'll cheers you on the show.
Cheers again, my friend. Cheers again.
The TED Show, right?
Your glass is much prettier than mine.
I've
always loved your energy. I think that you're no holds bar. You go out there, you speak your truth. I love that raw. It's raw, but it's authentic and vulnerable all at the same time. You're not afraid to share your journey and your vision. And I think that your move that you recently made is a big testament to that. You know when you want to do something, you go for it. Failure is a lie. I can't tell you how much I love that topic. I love your shirt. Yep, there it is right there. So enough of me. They're here to talk to you. So give us the 411. Give us a little bit of your journey, and then let's take a deep dive.
Oh wow, it's there was a meme that I saw the other day that said, when you've been in the business for a long time, all you do is say how long you've been in the business, right? So the whole meme was this guy going around, yep, 30 years in the business, yep, 30. I've been doing this 30 years in real estate. And I realized the other day that I've been saying that like all year. Wow, I've been 17 years in the business, but it's been a heck of a ride, man. I got into this business after the Marine Corps. I served 9 years in the Corps and got into real estate. I would say a couple years after. I did get my license right away, but I wasn't really sure I wanted to do that full time. And when I got into it, I got into it, and then I started a team at one of my previous brokerages, became very successful there. We were like number 1 and number 2 every single month. It was a lot of fun. We're doing great sales. I became the productivity coach at that company, which I fell in love with coaching. So that helped me grow over time because I realized that I found more excitement. I used to get really excited about the person closing on their house and going, oh my God, first home, And then I realized how much more fun it is to get entrepreneurs who have some direction, but they don't have all the direction, and you've got the experience, and to download that into them and them come back and go, oh my God, I just you don't understand what you've done for me and my family. That shit just gets me going, Ted. So I fell in love with that. I've owned my own brokerages. I've done a lot of great stuff. We've opened up several companies. Most recently, we took our team and the majority of our organization, and we moved over to LPT Realty here in Florida. Very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Our team is actually probably one of the larger teams that have moved over to LPT Realty. And we also are we're the first team to launch in Virginia, which is a lot of fun. So we're, LPT, although they're not officially open for recruiting in Virginia yet, we are operating in Virginia, which is really exciting. So my partner and I are super excited about that. And
why did you? Let me ask real quick. Why did you make? Yeah. What was it about? Anytime somebody makes a move, I always like to know the why. I like to know what was it? What was attractive? What was different? And in this case, what was it that you said, you know what, this is where I'm willing to take all of my work, all of my effort, all of my background and shift? Why did you make the shift?
Okay, so there's multiple reasons. The old saying, early in, win, right? And so the company just launched in February. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, and when I did the research, I spent some time with Robert Palmer, which is fantastic. And then it turned, then the other saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I could just keep going with how many quotes I can associate with our move. But, getting to know Robert Palmer and getting to understand him as a human being and him as a business person, And then furthermore, getting to understand the passion that he had behind why he was creating LPT and how the company was going to be for real agent centric, right? Yeah. And so that was very attractive to me because I just finished telling you that I enjoy pouring into agents and seeing them do amazing things. And so to see a company who was really, really focused on that was very exciting. To also see a company that had all the makings of real deal, true forward movement and success, and the right people in the right places, that was a big position too. And then, of course, being early in, being one of the first, being a founder, being an early adapter, right? One of the founding members of the company, which we actually signed the document the other day for those of us that were founding members, right? And that's crazy exciting. Awesome. Like that is, I mean, man, let me tell you, it is, it's something out of this world. It's so much excitement. It's seeing now are the early adapters going to be the ones that have to drive over the bumps in the road? Absolutely. But to me, that's the fun part. I'm not here to bitch and complain about those bumps. I knew I was getting into that to get from the jump, right? Right. My job is to figure out how to smooth them out with the team. And, I self-proclaimed executive coach at the company.
I love that title. That's a good one.
Right, which Robert has not taken away from me, so therefore it's official. And we have made some headway in allowing me the opportunity to provide coaching to the entire company for free, which is a lot of fun, and I do coaching every Thursday at 11 a.m. to begin with. So I just incorporated that into the company. Like, hey, if you're with the company, you get this for free. I'm building out an entire coaching platform and business and company, and all the LPT agents are going to have access to that for free. And that's the kind of, passion and excitement that I think goes into wanting to be with a company and participate at a certain level, right? And you'll notice that I didn't say, if you join my organization or if you join under me, my coaching's for free. I said, if you join the company, my coaching's for free, which is, that's huge, man.
It's so huge. And I know you well enough to know that there was no way that you would make a decision or a move. That's why I asked that question, without doing the vetting, without figuring out if this was a right fit, without having the meetings and understanding how you fit in and how you could create your own world, your own curse world within the organization. And I think that that's what's beautiful. When you make a move, LPT, I can speak to we talked before we went live, meeting the agent, meeting the broker, meeting the team leader, whatever you're called, where they need to be met. And so that's what I want to kind of roll into. The title of our show is Failure is a Lie. I love your shirt, obviously.
Thank you.
Talk about that, because I love this topic. I love the quote. I love the statement about that. It's a power statement. So give us the background on that and tell us why failure is a lie.
Man, all right, we can get emotional or we can get,
let's do it. I've got,
I think that in my businesses and over time, my family and I have faced tremendous adversity. And sometimes it feels like you take 5 amazing steps forward and then something always wants to push you 10 steps back. Something, not always someone, sometimes it's a someone, but other times it's a something, right? Life happens, and I realize that we keep pushing forward, and I never, ever allow anything to defeat us. We have a plan, we're going to push forward. And somebody said to me once, they said, damn, Dave, you do everything you coach people to do. Like you tell people to man the fuck up and you man the fuck up. We thought you were going to crash and burn, and here you are, like nothing ever happened, And I think what ended up happening was I looked up the definition of failure. And I started to think about all of these people out there, all of these leaders, all of these very focused, high-level people like Tony Robbins and everybody else who's a big coach, passing this message on, telling people to fail forward. that message is horrible, in my opinion. That message is just the worst advice you can give anybody, right? So here we go. I mean, like here, freedom. I'm sorry, failure definition. Failure definition says lack of success or the omission of expected or return to action, right? And so when I think of failure, I think you quit. Because if you have a lack of success, it means that you've quit. Somebody says, all right, Dave, what about if like I open a restaurant and it fails? Well, okay, the restaurant failed, but did you fail? Or did you learn something from it? Oh, well, that's what fail forward means. No, it doesn't. That to me was learn forward, succeed forward, all kinds of forwards, but not fail forward, right? And so what we're trying to do is give people the message that you don't have to fail in today's day and age. And I think what happened was over time, people heard fail forward so often that they decided, I'm going to get into the selling Yeti cups business and I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to buy a bunch of inventory and I'm just going to post on social media every day. I sell Yeti cups, right? And I'm going to be massively successful. And then the business fails and they go, oh, well, fail forward, right? I learned that I needed to post more on LinkedIn. And that's, I think as business people, we've lost the art of mentorship. We've lost the art of being a mentee. We've lost the art of being a student. There was a time in the world that if you wanted to be a swordsmith, you had to train under somebody for 20, 30 years before you could be a master swordsmith. That doesn't exist anymore. What do real estate agents do? They leave their job at retail or teaching or accounting or whatever it is, and they go, I'm going to get my real estate license, and I'm going to become a realtor. Well, yeah, you're right. When you get your real estate license and you pay your fees and you become a part of NAR, you're officially a realtor. Does that make you a professional real estate agent? No. It makes you a rookie in our industry. And in any other industry, you would have to go through massive training before you could help somebody make the largest decision and largest purchase of their life. But we don't have that. And so the message is, instead of just going out there and trying to fail so that you can learn something, go out there and try to succeed. Go out there and mentor under somebody great. Get some coaching, which, by the way, at no point in time are you above mentorship.
That's right.
Right? You could be a billionaire, and there will be someone out there who can mentor you to the next level. At no point in time are we above it.
So true.
We should always be students. We should always be mentees, right? But when you're new to the industry, and by the way, not just new to the industry, I could be in the industry as a solo agent for 10 years and a freaking rock star with an assistant doing the right thing. And today I could say, I'm going to build a team. But because I've been a solo agent for 10 years, I have no freaking idea what I'm doing when I'm building a team. Seek mentorship so that you don't hire the wrong people 30 times and spend the next 3 years with a fucked up floppy team that's out there with your name on their shirts, representing you and your team, right? And doing the wrong thing. So there's so many aspects that we went into. So I started writing a book about this, and we called it Failure. This is actually the title of the book and the name of the book. And you'll notice there's a big red line across the word failure. And basically the entire book is designed to tell my stories so that people can understand the crap that we've been through and understand how we've gotten past them and how we continue to push forward. Not fail forward, but how we continue to succeed forward, how we continue to push forward. What makes us stand on our 2 feet with a head on our shoulders and say, on to the next thing.
I love the mindset on that. I've been sitting here thinking about it the entire time. I never did like that term, fail forward, and I couldn't put my finger on it. I think it's because it has failure in it immediately. it sets the tone. It always did not resonate with, rubbed me the wrong way. Your description of that is so true. If you're going to speak that, if you're going to put it out there in the world, the first word of that is failure. Why would you ever focus on that? So kudos.
Think about this.
Beautiful.
When you see somebody that's good looking, right? Do you go to them and say, "Hey, you're good looking," or do you say, "You're not ugly"? Right? That's basically it. And so
right.
it's verbal programming.
Yeah.
It's verbal programming. If I spent the next 10 years of my life getting rid of fail forward and telling people succeed forward, succeed forward, succeed forward, if I could drive that into people's heads, you know how many lives we would change?
Amen. Oh my God.
Right?
That is,
I mean, it would be beyond belief.
Yes.
Right? When I was trying to flirt with my wife, I wasn't like, "Hey girl, you ain't that ugly. I probably maybe can marry you." You know what I mean? Like that wasn't my pitch.
Funny, but it's true. I totally know what you mean.
That wasn't my pitch.
I love the positivity there. It's real, but I think we do. Words are so powerful, like you said, and you're creating this thing in your brain. And if you're leading with negative words all the time, regardless of what you have been told, that is not a good place to be. You want to get away from those words. Words are powerful. Thoughts turn into actions, whatever that is. I know that whole scenario.
100%.
It that does. And so that is a gold nugget, David. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean,
listen, the mind is extremely powerful, Ted. You could wake up today in the worst mood in the world. And at that moment, you need to make a decision. There are times it happens to me. We're all human. I wake up, I had bad dreams all night. I wake up tired and cranky because I had nightmares. And I've got a choice. Stay in bed, sleep a little bit more, or get up, go to the gym, drink my pre-workout. I love pre-workout. I don't know why it makes me happy. Go to gym, workout, come to the house and get on my schedule and rock and roll the entire day away. Or I can make the decision to slack. And so Eric Thomas says it best. I'm sure you're familiar with Eric Thomas, number one motivated speaker in the world, right? He says it, you as a person have to make the decision. It all comes down to a decision. And he tells a story. He said, I made a decision one day I wasn't going to be homeless. I made a decision one day I wasn't going to drive a shit car. I made a decision one day that I wasn't going to live in a rented small cockroach-filled apartment. I made that decision. And then he switches the verbiage. I made a decision that I was going to live in a mansion. I made a decision that I was going to drive a beautiful car. I made a decision that we were always going to have food on our plates. I made a decision that I was going to become a bodybuilder. I made those decisions. You see the programming there?
Absolutely.
You see how it changes up? So that's our mission, man. And so that mission led to like a whole new mission, which was our coaching directive at our company. So the name of our company is the Freedom Organization. And our coaching directive is to help entrepreneurs find their freedom, no matter what that means to them. Right? Because if not, why do we do it every day, Ted?
Great.
Right? Why do we wake up every day? What are we aiming for? Some people say my kids. No, it's not your kids. Right? You don't work every day for your kids. One day they're going to grow up and move out of your house and you're still going to be working. Then for what? Right? So it's what is it? What is it that you're aiming for? What's your financial goal? What's your living goal? What's your place goal? Financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, all of these things. And our entire coaching platform is designed around that. And it's very much tied with my time in the Marine Corps. We took my time in the Marine Corps. I kind of incorporated it with what we knew about real estate and team development and business development. And I realized one day I had this epiphany that, there's a bunch of real estate agents out there writing books and stories on how to create the best teams. The Marine Corps has been building solid teams for over 260 years. Right. You know what I mean? And before them, we can go way back. The Romans had the same exact structure. And how long did they rule? Right? And then when you think about these teams, these squads that never leave a man behind, that look out for each other on and off the field, right? That take care of each other's families, just that kind of camaraderie How do you bring that into a real estate team? How do you bring that into any business and create those sorts of teams? So all our coaching is very much focused on that. And that's why I feel like everything we're doing at the Freedom Organization is just going to change. I promise you, mark my words, you could take, record this and bring it back to me 10 years from now. But 10 years from now, we change hundreds of thousands of lives.
I believe you.
And 10 years from now, we've developed something out of control at LPT Realty that has benefited from what we're building at the Freedom Organization coaching.
All right. I didn't even need to be on here. I could just listen. Before we head out and you share all your information, I always like to ask a personal question. When I say the word hero to you, who's the first person that comes to mind?
I think the definition of a hero changes over time.
Great.
When I was a kid, my hero was somebody else. When I was Marine Corps, my hero was somebody else. This is going to be cheesy as shit right now. God, this could be so cheesy. First person that comes to my mind is my wife.
Tell me why.
And I'll tell you that, my wife is a rock star.
She is.
And my wife allows me to put her on these roller coasters of business decisions and crazy shit that I want to do, build conferences and masterminds and, write books, and which take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of time away from the family. There's a lot of sacrifice there. And because I have her support, recently my mom found out that she's sick. My wife is there to support us, support me. I got to support my mom, which is my hero as well. Beautiful woman, wonderful woman, right? And I got to take care of mom. My wife takes care of me. I got to take care of my freedom achievers, which is what we call our students in the freedom coaching platform. My wife takes care of me, and when I say take care of me, I don't mean, she makes dinner, cleans the house. No, I mean, that woman is brilliant. That woman contributes. She creates, and when I'm feeling a certain type of way, she coaches me on the coaching that I give to everybody.
I believe that.
And yesterday she was going through some of my videos from the Realtor conference we did in 2019. And she was like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And I just personally, she's definitely been a rock in my life through some time. She's helped me through PTSD from the military. She's helped me through rough business times. She's helped me through downfalls. And she's been there for all the rises and the greatness. So, she'll be the biggest benefactor of everything we put into work.
It's beautiful. All right, David, thank you. And she is a beautiful human being, inside and out.
Yeah.
All right, tell us how they can best reach you, find out more about coaching and LPT and real estate and all that good stuff.
Best place to find me is two places. One is going to be social media. Instagram is my number one spot. It's at David Adam Kurz. And the next spot would be my website. My website is like a resume. So you can jump in there and learn about anything, our coaching, our LPT alignment, our real estate team that focuses in South Florida and Northern Virginia. Anything you need to know about me, it's on there, davidadamkurz.com.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Breen. I got so many nuggets out of that. I love when you come on because you just share your heart and your soul. And that resonates with me. And I know it resonates with a whole bunch of people. Y'all, he is just as wonderful and easy to talk to as he is on this show. So reach out to David anytime.
I am human, by the way. I
are human.
There's my emails and everything else. So reach out.
So cheers to you. God bless you, my friend. Give your beautiful wife a hug from me. Reach out to David anytime. Thank you so much for sharing your journey and all of your insights with us, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted.
All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Reach out to David. You're not going to regret it, I promise. All right, see you later.